How to configure router. Set up a wireless router. Part 1. Connecting the hardware. Purchase a wireless router. Routers come in all shapes and sizes. Compare features to find the router that is right for you. Connect your router to your modem. Routers and wireless routers enable you to share your broadband internet connection with multiple devices. To do so, you will need to connect your broadband modem to the router. Connect any devices you want to hardwire with Cat5 or better Ethernet cables. If you have computers that are close, or a video game console or TV, you can connect them to the router via Ethernet. This will result in a more stable and faster connection, and doesn't require any extra configuration. Connect at least one computer via Ethernet. You will need at least one computer connecting via Ethernet cable in order to adjust your router settings. You can disconnect this computer afterwards if you want to connect wirelessly. Part 2. Connecting your router to broadband providers. When you power on the router, it will only create its Wi-Fi network, and the device will be connected to the router's Wi-Fi connection, not the Internet. To connect the router to the Internet, with some Internet providers, it is required to register router's MAC address to the Internet service provider's website. MAC of the router can be found printed on router or in the documents etc. Go to the Internet service provider's website. Log in with the username and password provided by the Internet service provider and go to MAC address update option. One can see their existing laptop/PC's MAC address there. Add the router's MAC address there and save it. This process means that the router is authorized to use the Internet provided by the broadband company. Part 3. Configuring the router. Find the IP address of the router. If this is a new installation or new router, determine the default IP address that may be printed on a label affixed to the router or in the documentation. If you can't find the router's IP address anywhere, you can do a web search for the router model to see what the default address is. IP addresses are formatted as 4 groups of up to 3 digits, separated by periods. Open a web browser on the computer that is connected to the router. Enter in the IP address of the router into the address bar and press Enter. Your browser will attempt to connect to the router's configuration menu. If your router came with an installation disk, you can run the configuration program from that instead. It will accomplish many of the same functions. Enter your username and password. In order to access the configuration page, you will need to be on the router's IP address and enter a valid username and password at the prompt. Open the wireless settings. When you log into your router, you will be taken to the router's main menu or status screen. There will be several options to choose from. The Internet section can usually be left at default settings, unless you receive specific instructions from your Internet service provider. The wireless section will allow you to set up your wireless network. Enter a name for your wireless network. In the wireless section, you should see a field labeled seed or name. Enter a unique name for your wireless network. This is what other devices will see when scanning for networks. Choose a security method. Choose from the list of available security options. For the best security, choose WPA2PSK as the encryption method. This is the most difficult security to crack, and will give you the most protection from hackers and intruders. Create a passphrase. Once you've chosen your security method, enter in a passphrase for the network. This should be a difficult password, with a combination of letters, numbers, and symbols. Don't use any passwords that could be easily deduced from your network name or from knowing you. Save your settings. Once you are finished naming and securing your wireless network, click the Apply or Save button. The changes will be applied to your router, which may take a few moments. Once the router has finished resetting, your wireless network will be enabled. Change your router's username and password from the default. Once you have your network configured, you should change the username and password that you use to access your router. This will help protect your router from unauthorized changes. You can change these from the administration section of the router configuration menu. Block sites. If you want to prevent devices that are connected to your network from accessing certain websites, you can use built-in blocking tools to restrict access. These can be found in the security/block section of the router. You can usually block by specific domain names or by keywords. Part 4. Connecting your devices. Connect a computer, tablet, or smartphone to the wireless network. Scan for the wireless network with the CD provided above. On any device that supports wireless networks, you should see your new network as long as you are within range of the router. Select it and you will be prompted for the passphrase. Enter your wireless passphrase. Once you enter the passphrase, your device will be automatically connected to the wireless network. The network will be stored in your device's memory and will automatically connect whenever you are within range. Connect your other devices. Besides other computers and tablets, you can connect other devices as well, such as printers, game consoles, TVs and more. See the following guides for instructions for your specific device. Any question? We are happy to help you. www.digitalbulls.com. Contact 855-422-8557.